In the Episcopal Church, the deacon bids the creed, inviting the congregation to confess the faith of the Church. During the liturgy of the Holy Eucharist, the congregation confesses the Nicene Creed, which is also known as the Nicene Constantinopolitan Creed, since it was first adopted at the Council of Nicea in 325, and then later amended at the First Council of Constantinople in 381. Nicene Constantinopolitan Creed. The Nicene Creed is a more in-depth creedal statement than the creed upon which it is based, the Apostles' Creed, which was adopted by the early church in the mid-2nd century. Some believe that each of the 12 lines of the Apostles' Creed were written by the 12 apostles. It's a more medieval idea, but it's a clever one. For someone seeking to become an ordained liturgical leader who invites the community of faith to confess the creeds, i.e. a deacon, an honest reflection, an honest and sophisticated and in-depth reflection on the statements of the creed is really essential. In this course on diaconal theology, we will focus our attention on these statements, the statements of both the Nicene Creed and the Apostles' Creed. The structure of the course textbook by Alister McGrath Theology, the Basics, is based loosely on the Apostles' Creed, which is included on Roman numeral pages 26 and 27. If you want to go deeper into studying the Creed, I have some recommendations. One of my favorite books on the Creed is by Marianne Mix, the late Marianne Mix, who was professor of biblical and historical theology at Virginia Theological Seminary. Loving the Questions, an exploration of the Nicene Creed. It's a Seabury classic. It's a slim volume, really one of my favorites. An excellent book to read along with this course. Here's another one by Episcopal priest Elizabeth Rankin Geitz, a theologian in residence at Trinity Cathedral in Trenton, New Jersey. At least she was at the time this was written. Gender and the Nicene Creed. I have not spent as much time with this. The one I probably recommend the most is The Creed, What Christians Believe and Why It Matters by Luke Timothy Johnson. He is a New Testament scholar and Catholic theologian, but very amenable and readable for Episcopalians, Anglicans. Episcopalians really love him, as do I. So this is one worth purchasing and having available and reading. I read it recently with my congregation during the 1700th anniversary of the Nicene Council and the Nicene Creed, 325, 1700th anniversary, 2025. What I want you to do before we delve into this course in depth is to spend some time with these creeds and answer the following three questions. First, which part or parts of the creeds do you have the most confidence believing and affirming? Maybe it's one part, maybe it's multiple parts. Which parts of the creed do you have the most confidence believing and affirming? Or maybe for you, you have the most confidence in believing and affirming all of them, and that's okay to say that as well. Second question, which parts of the creed do you have the most difficulty believing and affirming? Maybe you have difficulty believing and affirming all of it, and that's okay too. And then the third, final question, what three major questions do the creeds stir up within you? Three major questions. Do ask that you devote at least 3 sentences and no more than 9 sentences to each of these questions. But before writing your answer, make sure you read the preface, the historical overview, and the Apostles' Creed, and the Getting Started section in Alister McGrath's book.